So, after a 20-minute car chase, multiple suspects bail out of the cars, and this guy thinks he's going to hide in a shed. So, he's going to bail into the shed and just hide it out because he thinks because no police officers around that he's just going to hide and wait this out. And this next suspect thinks because they got out of eyesight that they can casually just get away, walking away, but no, they've got that one too. Meanwhile, back in the shed, somebody thinks they're safe and sound in the shed, hanging out. This is where it gets more interesting. They already have his position of the suspect vectored in as they have an idea of where he is. A canine unit comes on scene, setting up a textbook scenario of a hidden suspect with a canine unit with support. They send the dog out. Dog is in a search. Good search. And the dog is hitting on an odor of a man. He's just getting honed in on it, where it is. He's found the man. He knows exactly where he is. He's going to start indicating. He's doing an active alert. He's trying to find his way in. Because the way these dogs are trained is they're going to do an active alert, but they're going to try to find the guy. If he finds the guy is going to get bit. But if he can't get to the guy because of a locked door, he's going to wait out there patiently, barking, alerting all the police around to let them know there's a hidden suspect. Now, if this guy was a law-abiding citizen, he could let the police know that he's in there. The police approach, supporting one another. So far, so good. Right now, the door is locked. They're going to have to gain access to it. They probably have some officers with lethal, some officers with non-lethal to support each other. They're going to break down the door and send the dog in. Textbook. Now, I would have preferred to see them prepared to make entry with the dog. And then they're going to give up all that real estate that they already took. There's no need to back off the threat once you send the dog in. You already took all that real estate. I would have kept that real estate, hold what you got, but be prepared to make entry. Because if that dog makes contact with the suspect and starts engaging, you should be there ready to go into action too, rather than let the dog fight for its life by itself. That's going to help you build trust with your dog, knowing that you're always there to support each other. And you're a more effective team when you're working together, not when you're working alone. I know some of the SOPs of police is to have the dog engage, and you're going to try to verbally persuade the suspect to come outside while being engaged with the dog. I don't like to rely on verbal. If that was going to be your strategy, you should attach a long line to the dog. That way, when the dog actually engages, you can pull the dog and the suspect out with a method I like to call suspect fishing, where you have a dog on a long line that you can just pull the dog out and the suspect will be attached. So the dog is engaging the suspect right now, and they're able to persuade him to come out with the dog attached to him. So it all worked out in the end. I just don't like to rely on persuading a suspect. There's too many variables in it for me. If he's engaging the dog, if he has a weapon, if the dog's being hurt, if there's a gun involved. I mean, one of the perfect times to engage an active shooter is while they have a dog attached to him. You make a very bad shooting platform when you have a dog attached to you. Trust me. One of the things I really like seeing here is that not every single person is trying to hold down the suspect. When you have a bunch of police officers trying to hold down a suspect, you just get in each other's way. So it's much better to have a couple police officers engage the suspect and cuff them using their techniques rather than getting in the way of each other. Also like seeing that the dog is not down with good obedience. He's not uncontrollable after the engagement. He's able to be there just in case, because you never know. What if the suspect gets free, runs away? You have the dog there ready to engage again if you have to. And also, just having the dog there as a deterrent often persuades suspects from even thinking about running or thinking about trying to engage a cop. You'd be surprised how many suspects are willing to die in a hail of gunfire but are unwilling to get bit by a dog. So it's a very good deterrent as well. So good job to all the police officers involved here. There was good coordination between the air assets, police officers, and a canine unit. A couple things I would like to see better is being prepared to make entry with the dog rather than let the dog fight on its own. And might want to practice some of those long line techniques because they could have just dragged that suspect outside. But all in all, it all worked out in the end, and that's what matters. That was mission success, and good job.